Okay, now we need going look on some dodge and burn effect. For this one, we'll actually have two different dodge and burn. One will have it with a special soft mask passing, kind of automated, almost just take and enhance edges, and another ones will do by the hand. Okay, so let's go do right now, create new layer, and this will be our dodge and burn layer. Okay, and we'll go set this to the violet. Okay, on this one I want to actually fill up. It's a shift backspace on command, and we'll go to fill up with a 50% gray. And 50% gray actually work very interesting because as a different blending mode, and for example we're going to use soft light as a contrast mode, this has become invisible, and you can actually see if we have all of these contrast modes, the 50% gray right here is become invisible. So but we want to use it soft light for this, and we'll use also the normal brush tool, and usually I start with a black color. 10% should be enough. Soft edge again right here, soft round, and we can start painting in. This is much easier actually to do if you have it pad and pen, so you can use it as a brush, but it's also doable, and you can see with just a mouse. So if you're somewhere else, you just be sure with mouse you set your opacity low, and instead one stroke or this, you just do several different strokes, kind of like adding layers to this. Okay, and again, if we look normal, you can see right here it's how start painting those shadows. Okay, also as you're working, you can use the X button to change between black and white is add highlights for you, so you can also go ahead and add some highlights in the areas. We won't go too much in effect, and again right here, one thing I don't like, it's pop up, it's this element. So I'm going back to healing brush. There you go. It just was stand out for me. Okay, let's go back, sorry. And right here we have our brush. And you can see how we start adding dimensions and a little bit more shadows. Again, use button X to go to the shadows. The hands is look flat, so we need to add a little bit more between the finger shadows and on the side. So that way we'll create kind of more shadowing, more dimension in the hand. Again, add highlights. Okay, we'll go to the 10. A little bit right there, highlights. And you can see on the hands we're also adding slow. Okay, the other things you can also add a little bit more dimension on the clothes, switching between highlight tool and shadow, so we can add some more on the areas. Okay, right here kind of shadows I won't touch because they will go darker. Mostly what I'm looking at for the facial kind of expression. Okay, let's come closer on the lips. And you can do separate with lips, but if you want them puffy, remember darker is closer. So if we just have it a little bit darker, add on kind of tops of the lips a little bit. And just have it highlights and go highlights right on the middle, just a little bit, but you can see already how the lips get a little bit more out. Okay, let's go to chop, and dodge and burn can take a little bit longer time for you. It depends how much you want to add to the portions on this. Okay, so this is highlights we did for the person. The next step, let's go to apply another type of dodge and burn, but this is will be more edge and kind of enhance, give it somewhat HDR look. So for this one, we actually need to press Control Shift Alt E or Command Option Shift E, and let's take all visible layers and combine, making the new layer from all of them. So for this layer, we'll go next image adjustment and we'll go to black and white, and I'm going to use a soft light kind of blending mode on this. And by using soft blend, if you remember what we looked before, the 50% gray will be invisible. So in this case, wherever is brighter, we'll make brighter, and darker. So I want to work a little bit on the face. Usually I'll take red, bring a little bit up, same with yellow. And if you need it, you can bring the door a little bit down, make it a little bit darker, maybe right there. Adjust cyan. We don't have any blue. And we have a little bit of magenta. And maybe I'll bring a little bit up just to make contrast on the dress kind of with lighting. Let's click OK. Right now, if we switch this to the soft light, it will have a very high impact. I want to reduce a little bit of this. And we can do this with image and go to shadow and highlights. And by the way, if you see this mode, you just click on show more options, so we can go inside. And you notice as we bring highlights, it's kind of flatten them out. It's what we wanted. And we'll do even more by take highlights and shadows amount and bring to 100%. Let's take radius to about 11 pixels on each of them. And now with adjusting tone, I can actually go in and adjust in a more, like for example, I can go a little bit more darker and right there. So this will provide a little bit for me kind of nice effect. If we go look on the soft light, you can see it's add a little bit this HDR look and make it even some interesting in details. If you want to bring a little bit more details out, we can go as this selected filter, sharpen, unsharp mask, and we can bring even higher. And you can see how it's bring. You can go if you do like for the guy or male or something you want to bring the sport effects, high texture skin, you can go all the way on this. But right now I'll just go a little bit, just bring this punch, and we'll also take opacity for this layer and bring slightly down, maybe around 50. I think that will look good. Okay, so next what I want to do, it is actually we add some sharpness, but I don't like on a skin, and I will bring skin tone down, because if we look on texture on this wood right there, you can see it's actually brought kind of nicely up, but it makes skin look not as pleasant for this. So next what we do is going to create what called digital Botox or whatever you want. It's smoothing, plasterizations. So for this we'll do the same. We'll press Control Command Alt or Option E or Control Shift Alt E, create new layer. And this one actually we need to create so we'll call it smoothing. And as a smoothing, we'll go to with a blue on this one, and we'll go to filter, noise, and we'll go to dust and scratches. Actually, dust and scratches will remove noise, but right here we'll go close up on a face, and this is a little bit too high, so I'll bring down about so I can recognize the big items. You can see like nose, eyes, but it's so smooth right there you don't see the texture. So this is what I want to do. Next we'll go create a new mask for the smoothing and Control Command I to inverse, so this does not affect all of the image. And we'll start painting in with our brush, soft brush, white and opacity. We'll go start painting in some of the smoothness, so just reduce some of these elements, maybe, you know, make more painting like look. And it's work very well on the skin, not necessarily won't work on other elements. Or if you want it on a dress, I'll show you as well. We can remove some of those wrinkles to create this nice smooth effect. I'm usually, you can see I'm avoiding like sharpness of the eyes. I'm avoiding some hair because I want them to be sharp. Okay, right here we'll go under. As well, we can add to the lips close up, but I think lips look fine this way. So we'll touch up right here. Okay, let's look. So right here you can see we kind of smoothing out, and it's again before and after. And let's add this nice smoothing to the skin. Okay, let's go increase here. And hands, I usually do on the hands this because hands is always have a lot of wrinkles and things because they are our primary tool we're using. So, and we'll just go smooth them out to create them as distortions. Okay, let's look right here on a dress as example. So you can see we have the wrinkle, and with a smoothing we kind of can remove some of this texture and make more paint-like. So for this one I'm just using big brush and just going to remove. It's not necessarily we remove big elements, but it's make smoother and nicer paint-like on a dress in this case. Okay, just a little bit right here. There you go. Okay, we can look on a face at this moment with this before and after, and you can see the smoothness applied. So the next what we want to do it is work a little bit on a hair and another dodge and burn global. So we'll do this in another portion.